It blows my mind that stuff is happening on other planets right now. Speed up your writing process with Quillbot. I really enjoyed reading this, thanks. I have similar thoughts but have never expressed them so delightfully. Smile sometimes if I'm awake in the early morning hours. I find it comforting to think of people who are up and working in bakeries. You're probably a fun person to be around, smiley face. Upvoted for Jammy Dodgers. It is incredible, isn't it? This universe, what little we know about it, is utterly fascinating. Can't even begin to think about all the things we have yet to discover. Definitely one of my favorite things to think about. Probably unrelated, but this is very similar to the feeling of Zonda. The realization that every random passerby has a vivid and complex life with various insecurities, happiness and sadness. The kind of life that we lead, it's very easy to make yourself believe that the universe revolves around you, but it's humbling to think about the sum of circumstances which make up the universe and how insignificant we really are in the grand scheme of things. It's a trippy feeling to become aware of each other's consciousness. You're aware, I'm aware, and I'm aware you're aware. It's like part of the universe is looking at itself and knowing it's doing it. I find it oddly therapeutic and calming to realize that I'm insignificant in the universe. I prefer the world not revolving around me, because it means I get to follow the flow and do my own thing. I don't have to stand out and make something unique of myself, not saying I am not unique, and I can just be me and roll with it. It's humbling enough as is, but I like it this way. This is one of those feelings that makes me feel like I'll go insane thinking too hard about it, like the wallpaper is about to be ripped off and shit will fall apart. Lol, such a strange feeling to be self-aware of your own consciousness. Wait till you imagine aliens living life on their planet as we speak. Maybe they're at war? Maybe they're in a golden age. Maybe they're under medieval rule. Maybe they're surprisingly similar to us, or maybe, just maybe, they've just picked up our early radio signals and are preparing to journey here as we speak. This is great. I too find myself sometimes imagining it's likely that somewhere out there is a planet, perhaps a garden planet, like early Earth before there were life forms moving about on land. It's relaxing to know that somewhere on that planet, plants are gently swaying in an alien breeze. Crow, next time you think like this, remember I'm completely 100% feeling it too. However far away we may be. Hope you're having a nice cappuccino too. One big giant party is this universe. Booyah. Man, even further out stars are currently going supernova and we'll find out about it in a million years. Black holes are tearing other stars apart, nebulas are giving birth to new stars, some of which will have planets that one day may have life themselves. Galaxies are colliding with one another, including our own, which as we speak is actively colliding with Andromeda. And far out at the edges of the universe, light is still traveling towards us. We'll see it in a few hundred years. What the light will be from, who knows? It's going to blow our socks off regardless. The universe is awesome. 10-something years ago NASA found an exoplanet which got oceans made from fuel and land masses/continents made from methane. Under high enough pressure, it gets hard like stone. The Crab Nebula is made from alcohol, greater than 70%. BC alcohol got a pretty easy molecular structure and can form itself in space. O3 can be used to produce massive amounts of electric energy, but the only place we can get O3 is our moon. I like Alan Watts' perspective when meditating, that everything you hear, see, touch, is a happening. This extends to our own thoughts. Our own thoughts are an occurrence, just like the car that passed outside, or winds that blast through the planets of our solar system. Everything has a common denominator that transcends whether or not we can detect it. Awareness of it is often enough to realize that vast distances, or vibrating atoms in our own bodies, are one and the same. The Great Maya persists. The fact that there is so much going everywhere overwhelms me very often, and I don't know what to do with myself when that realization hits. I know I shouldn't care, but I do. The thing that causes me most anxiety is thinking of how many tons of trash are dumped everywhere every second, how much water is wasted, and how many toxic gases are released into atmosphere. I just want to cover my head with a blanket and cry. I love this thought. Thanks for sharing. Personally, I don't find the idea of other people being awake when I'm awake to be comforting. I appreciate that time of me being alone with the world. The thought of all these activities on other planets that are just doing their thing regardless of our existence is really soothing, though. One more thing is that it honestly makes me kinda sad sometimes when I realize that we will never ever truly 100% figure out the universe. It will forever be so mysterious and stuff. I know this is unrelated to the post, but I just wanted to share. This is incredible to read. It reminds me of Hope Yaren's, American geochemist, writing style in her book Lab Girl. You should totally write a book, and give Hope's book a read. I think you'd love it. I have these thoughts too. They are very calming and comforting to me. I am not the center of the universe. Somewhere there are people who are having fun even when I feel bad. Life can be better, more interesting, there are so many other places and options. It's worth living and seeing as much as you can. Write a book, dude. Honestly, it could even be so quasi-self-help book. Like a look how small we are. Did that one small mistake you make really matter in the grand scheme of things when all of this is going on? You sound like you're me, smile. What a great little post. It blows my mind constantly to think of how clever some humans are and what they have figured out unto now. General relativity, the quantum realm, and the engineering feat of missions such as the Mars Rovers Plus drone, James Webb Telescope unwrapping itself 1,000,000 miles from Earth at its new home in space, Lagrange Point 2, humans taking a stroll on the moon's surface 66 years after the first human flight on Earth. All this and much, much more. Engineering projects across the globe, bridges, beautiful buildings, and huge constructed dams are all equally mind-boggling. The thing that gets my mop flopping the most, though, are the theoretical physicists who predicted with their advanced mathematical techniques the quantum fluctuations that occurred during the pre-inflationary period/post-singularity period that now present themselves in the cosmic microwave background exactly as predicted. If I could be anyone in the world, it would a theoretical physicist. I used to work night shifts. If I wake up in the night, I like to imagine myself at my old job, bored, tired, anxious, and watching the clock. Gets me back to sleep nicely. Whenever I think too hard about the fact that there are other people, I just get myself upset. Like all those famous people I watch on my phone? They're real. Taylor Swift is out there. She could be pooping right now. Taylor Swift. Shitting. Just like me, a person. That's crazy? Insane even.
Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.